Hello everyone. I do apologize if you guys can tell that there's some kind of difference in my setup. I've changed a couple of things because I just got a new computer basically. I had to replace a couple of parts so I could update to Windows 11. But never mind that. Today we're going to be talking about genocide. Specifically, the left's favorite talking point. The left loves genocide. They love to talk about it. They use it as a springboard for everything that they support. They say, oh, well, there's a genocide in this place. So, specifically in Gaza, they very much care about the genocide in Gaza. So it's okay for me to abuse my dog. So it's okay for me to sext 17-year-old girls because Destiny does that. It's okay to be divorced from my wife because I had an open marriage, and I still support open marriages and I think they're great. It's okay for these people to think these things because there's a genocide in Gaza. It's okay that they support pedophiles because there's a genocide in Gaza. Today, we're not going to focus a whole lot on Gaza because that's not where the real genocide's happening. Not to mention, the Gaza ceasefire is current as the making of this video, despite a couple of atrocities committed by Hamas just yesterday. But to start, we're going to get into this. Bill Maher had something to say a long time ago.
Nigeria, I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck.
Nobody knows what's going on in Nigeria unless you listen to, like, random people on YouTube. No one knows what's going on in Nigeria.
You are in a bubble. Not, and again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically
I am a Christian.
killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you.
So Bill Maher is one of these leftists who has the third eye, but usually has it closed. Bill Maher actually is capable of seeing the reality of the world. And this is one of his rare moments where he does. So let's continue going on. We're going to talk about this because over 6,000 Christians were killed at this point when this person was making this post. This was a little while ago. I think this was 2018 or so. Yeah, July 4th, 2018.
Christians in Nigeria regularly face brutal attacks and assaults on church buildings. The organization responsible for almost all of these attacks is the Islamic extremist group Boko Haram. Their goal? To make Nigeria into an Islamic theocracy.
And this is 2018. They've been doing this since at least 2009, and it is now 2025. And we're just now all talking about it. Okay, like, let's actually talk about this.
As a part of this goal, they want to expel all Christians from the country and completely wipe out the church in Nigeria.
Many churches are being destroyed on a daily basis.
They attacked, they kill. Some of us, that they will go out and started running. You run, you leave the house. They burn everything in the house. So for that, definitely, we don't find things easy for us.
Our people are peasant farmers. Nobody goes to the farm these days alone. Even if you go in multitude, if they overpower you, they kill all of you.
There's no...
Again, I personally believe the most persecuted people on earth are probably people who believe in Jesus Christ. Maybe the close second, maybe overtakes it, is the Jews. But I personally believe that having faith in the Lord Jesus Christ is one of the most dangerous things you can do in most of the world. And this Muslim regime that is spreading its way through Europe and is now taking over parts of, like, other United States states, they have cities for Muslims where they yell, the mayors, they yell at young pastors, old pastors, saying, "You're not welcome here anymore because I'm mayor." They take over places. They scream this call to prayer at 5 a.m, and they're trying to take over your country. They're trying to take over a lot of countries because that's what their book tells them to do. They say it's okay in the book to kill people, so that's what they do. This is their religion. This is what they believe. The Muslim people, if they actually follow their religion, will end up like this. And they will kill Christians. It's what their version of biblical is. It is what they are called to do.
Where a person can sleep for over 3 hours to enjoy your night. No, because we are always conscious of our security.
We are under consistent, frequent attack in the night, in the daytime.
They asked my mother that, is she a Christian? She said yes. So they now asked our last one, is she a Christian? She said yes. They now say that, are they going to convert to be a Muslim? They said no.
One of my friends said, let's run.
Basically, they're saying they're not going to convert to become a Muslim, and they're saying that's a threat on their life, because if you do not convert to Muslim, to Sharia, to Islam, then they will kill you. These people, Boko Haram, Hamas, ISIS, ISIL, all these terrorist organizations are literally just reading the book and actually implementing what the book teaches. That's all they're doing. This isn't some grand statement. This is literally just what's in their religious text, is to kill people who don't believe what they do. And people will say things like, oh, well, obviously Christians are the most violent people. Christians are, the biggest religion. If you include Catholicism is like one of the biggest religions on its own. Then you have other denominations like Orthodox and Protestant religions that are also within the Christian ethic. So you would think all of this under these people, this is the largest religion, you would think that they would have the most power in the world and they would be the most violent. But no, because the Bible is anti that. The New Testament is very anti-violence. But instead of Christians being the most violent, we have these people, which are the Muslims, Boko Haram, Islam, in general, is doing these things. They are going out and killing Christians. They are going out and raping people. They're taking women from their lands and raping them and saying that this is not rape because I choose to say it's not, and the book backs me up.
Before running, the guy started shooting. So we were 6. He wasted the 6 of us down. 5 were dead. I was the only survivor.
They now go to my father. They asked my father say no. So before he opened mouth, they started firing him with guns, shooting him.
When I touched myself.
So basically, that guy's father said, I'm not going to convert from Christianity. I am a Christian until the day I die. And they started shooting at him.
One is dead. I touched the other one, is dead. So the guy was coming again to confirm.
Before they started shooting him, he was shouting that Jesus saved me, Jesus saved me. He was doing that. So before they started shooting him, when they shoot him.
Just so I am utterly clear, the left is very pro-black people. The left loves to say how loving they are to black people. Here are a whole bunch of black people who could really use your help, leftists. They're dying. But no, the right is the racist ones. Because I'm willing to see them for the black people that they are, and I want something to be done about it. I don't want them to die. If we're going to help people in Gaza, if we're going to send people in Gaza money, we should be doing something to help these people who actually might share some of our beliefs, unlike the people of Gaza, who do not share our beliefs.
He fell down. When he fell down, they did not leave it in only that shooting alone. They'll come there with their own cutlass, started marching him. All his body, his head.
When I saw the guy coming close to me, I said, Kai, let me just run. If I didn't run, this guy will finish me. I stood up and started running. Then he started shooting at me.
After immediately they left our house, they go to our own neighbors.
That guy got away because he ran. He's only here by the grace of God to give this interview back in 2018, and still nothing has been done about it. So here we have a video.
Yesterday, one of my colleagues, Reverend, was slaughtered with his wife and his children.
By the way, this blanket has a dead woman in it. So, like, this is like a preacher. This is a pastor, preacher. He's saying, my family, my friends, everyone that I care about is under threat. My friends have been killed.
And I'm right here, look at women. Immediately they were communicating after the Fulani herdsmen have really burning down 2 villages. Then the soldiers came in, trying to cause confusion. And who are these army men that are using machine motorcycles? After they get the shoots, they will go, will stand for us. We have nobody. Everybody, we are now ready to do the last prayer. Since Islamic agenda is taking over the nations.
It is taking over the nations, multiple. This is not just a Nigerian problem, but Nigeria is what will come if we do not stop them. Nigeria is a symptom of Islamic invasion, and Islam is invading the West too. Europe is being overtaken. America has been. There are governors who are Muslim, like the New York guy who's running to be governor of New York right now. Here's another video. These are dead Christians who were shot in a church. These people were murdered for being in a church. More than 7,000 Christians. This is 2025. Have been killed due to disturbing trend of violence attack linked to Islamic extremist groups. The footage of Christian villages being pillaged and burned, churches being emptied as the churchgoers get executed is harrowing. Yes, it is. It is harrowing. But you don't hear anything about this on the news media. The only thing I've seen is on Fox. I've even heard so far as to say that this isn't that big of a deal and that we should focus on Gaza. Why should we focus on Gaza? To be clear, this has been happening for far longer. This is more important because these people actually share our Christian values. These people don't want to invade America and don't want the West to fall. So why are we supporting people who want our countries to fall and then watching as they kill people who don't? That's a good question, isn't it? This is gunfire happening outside of another Nigerian church. You can see these are hundreds of people running out of the church because there's active gunfire happening right now. Like, as they're doing this, as they're running out. Terrifying. Christians are being hunted like animals in Nigeria. An Islamic group invaded a Christian village and started shooting everyone in sight. They're killing Christians on Eid and offering them as human sacrifices to their god, Allah. Allah is getting Christian human sacrifices. The media remains silent. This was June 6, 2025. This, on Tuesday, the 7th of January in 2025, these two Sisters of the Immaculate Mary, these nuns, Catholic nuns, were kidnapped in Nigeria by Islamists. Who knows what they're going through? Maybe they were killed. Maybe worse. Just like the people of Gaza, Hamas, they took hundreds of women hostage. And how many did they return alive? That's a question for you to answer. Palestinians in Gaza continue to suffer a harsh struggle to access food, water, and essential medical supplies 1 week into the ceasefire as Israel heavily restricts flow of aid to the enclave, okay? So apparently, these people are starving. After only a couple of days after the ceasefire. So a week after this ceasefire. This was 47 minutes ago, okay? Here's a video. For weeks, Israeli citizens have blocked aid from going into Gaza. Okay, this looks
Obviously,
awful.
we don't want the trucks coming through, supplying aid to the Gazans.
Okay, if this is just food being supplied to the Gazans, which, oh, it'll go to Hamas. Well, if it was going to the Gazans, it would be really bad. Like, the people, the citizens of Gaza, it would be awful to stop the citizens of Gaza from getting food. And not the soldier force. But look, they're actually saying it's actually going to end up going to Hamas.
Which then go to Hamas.
Oh, they're setting up tents with barbed wire and barricades. That's awful. They're setting up tents with barbed wire and barricades to stop it.
Until we finish this war.
Oh, it's actually during the war.
There is no need whatsoever for us to give them any kind of aid.
There's no need to give the people we're warring with aid. Is that crazy to say? For over 1.7 million Palestinians at risk of
Civilians
starvation.
are not simply spontaneous protesters, but that they're aided and facilitated by the Israeli armed forces.
Okay, so these people that are stopping aid are apparently being supported by the Israelis, according to this guy. Unfortunately, the IDF...
And unfortunately, the IDF is making sure that it's not itself impeding the delivery of aid, but it's...
Right, so the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, they're not stopping the food from going in here. It's people they're paying. These are actually civilians. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe that's true. However, this is a Gazan. These are his food stores. Just so we're clear, this is 3 months of food storage. This is October 9th, a couple of days ago. Palestinians in Gaza celebrate the end of the war and announce that they have enough food to feed all of Gaza for 3 months. The genocide and famine are over, end quotation marks. What is this guy? Does this guy look starving to you? Like, this kid's skinny, don't get me wrong, but he is not starving. He's well fed. His cheekbones, his cheeks are not sucking in like you would expect from a starving person. This man is so large that I would assume he was American. These guys still have muscle. Look at this. This is not a starving person's arm. None of these people are starving. None of them. Maybe they're hungry. They're not starving. Yeah, look at his tits. Look at his tits as they fucking jiggle as he jumps. Yeah, starved. That's what they were. Okay. So, as you can see, the left, they're full of crap. They don't know what they're talking about. When are we going to stop letting these guys try to emotionally manipulate us, okay? You have to stop letting them emotionally manipulate you, because none of what they say is true, and they're tired of you guys not just allowing yourselves to be killed. That's what the left wants, is all Republicans, all Christians, all of us to die. They want Islam to take over, and they think somehow that that's going to end up with them having more freedoms. They're going to think somehow that's going to end up with the gays being able to marry whoever they want. Somehow that women will get all the rights they want. They'll be able to strut around naked, despite the fact that, you know, they can't do that in the Middle East. Despite all that, They want Muslims to have all the same rights and all the same things. And, you know, they don't want you to be able to have a ham sandwich in your children's lunchbox in Europe, okay? That's what they want. Remember, they're not on your side. God help us. You guys have a blessed day.